Hello, can you hear me? I'll say that first because I normally chat for 2 minutes and they say, "Can you hear me?" So if you can hear me, I want lots of love hearts coming up. And not just because I want the love hearts. Um, I see loads of you. Can you hear my phone? Sorry, let me just turn that off. I always forget to do that. And then I normally get Gaz messaging me all the way through. I always blame Gaz, poor thing. So let me have a look. So I'm gathering. Oh, I'll stop banging my desk and give you all seasickness, won't I? Let's say hello. So Shannon, hello. Ben, hello. Diane, Betty, Gaz, Michelle, lovely darling, I'm here for you and this stunning collection. Thank you very much. I love this collection. I haven't been able to play with it as much as I wanted. I've just so much going on, but the pyramid that I've made, and I'll show you in a minute. The papers are just gorgeous. Shannon H97, hello, happy Thanksgiving. Crafty Chimp, hello. Jane Gibson, hi. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our American friends. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Mr. Ben. I love that. I always get an image of the Mr. Ben from the cartoon. Was it like 60s or 70s, wasn't it, that cartoon? Less 55, I've got the right day today. Hazel, hello. Clarice, hello. Clarice, yeah, said it right, didn't I? Hello, Betty. I can't wait for this collection. So excited. I know. So I moved it to today. It would have been yesterday. So I think a couple of people had a look yesterday, but it was Thanksgiving. So I had lots of messages saying, I don't suppose you could move it. And I didn't see why not. So I did move it to the Friday. I put the updated link on though. But some people didn't see it, did they, Leslie? PJB stamp, hello Pam. Laura, hi. I've caught up. That's not like me, is it? So can you see I've changed my craft room around? It was a nightmare. It took me so long to do. I've done my backing in the process, but it was so worth it. So the fridge is behind me now. So normally where I would be sat like this, and the rest of the kitchen is up there. But because I've got so much now, so I've got all the papers, obviously to print off, and then all the papers that are printed off, you can see some behind me. So I needed extra space. So I've had a bit of a rejig. Really, I want a craft shed. I want a beautiful craft shed in the garden, and I can have everything out there. I can pop my printers out there. Obviously, it'd have to be like heated and stuff, and pop everything out there and have this back with a lovely little dining table at the bottom. Who'd have thunk a craft shed would cost that much? It's a bit of wood. It's a shed. So that's going on the wish list. Mr. Ben cartoon, yeah, absolutely. I got the wrong week and was here 7 days ago. Now I'm normally wrong or late, but I've never done it to that extent. So that wins the prize for me, definitely. Nothing like being super punctual, absolutely a week early. Louisa Fields, hello. I see it's your correct name and not the one that I put on your parcel for you. Did I put Fiend? I think I put Fiend, didn't I? Louisa Fiend. Make sure it's well insulated. It's flipping freezing. Absolutely. And they're the ones I've been looking at. And you're talking for the size, I need at least 3.5 grand. And then you'd have to have the heating and everything put in there. And I don't know if I want to spend that on a shed. It's just, I do, but I don't, you know what I mean? I'm just eager. You can get a tiny house for your craft room. I know. I think, yeah, I think I deserve like a tiny house for my craft room, definitely. A little bit of mount board should do it. Definitely. Terry, hello. I'm blessed to have a very large craft room. He even has a small sink. It may have been my prime reason for picking this house when we moved. Technically, my craft room has a sink. It also has a cooker and a fridge and stuff like that. And I think it's very rude. I think it should all be thrown out and it should just be my craft room. It would be huge. But apparently I have to feed the husband and the child. So um, my little box room is my craft room. I mean, it's big enough. I keep looking up there because I've got my ring light there. So as you can see, my daughter said I was doing it all wrong. She says you need your ring light behind you, not above you. She says, and then when you hold your papers up, they'll look better. And we had a bit of a play and they do look better. So if I keep looking to the ring light and not the camera, you'll have to excuse me. Don't take much to confuse me at all, does it? Yes, technically it's big enough. If I was just crafting here, it would be big enough. But because I've got all the papers and the printers and everything, I'm getting a little bit squished. My chair is my craft room, lol. Well, we make do, don't we? We make use of the space that we've got, definitely. Betty, my room is my. Wish I had a craft room. My chair is my craft room too. Yeah. My child is an adult and living elsewhere. I've got one's at home with his wife and his baby. Oliver's down at uni. He's coming back for Christmas. So I can't turn that into a craft room just yet. And then I've just got Tommy here. So she's 16. Technically, I can technically I can kick her out and not get done because she's an adult now, surely. I think we all agree, but yes, houses need kitchens, apparently. Yeah, definitely. And my husband can fix his own food. Well, Ben's the chef, so I'll let him keep the kitchen. Craft room all around me and all over the floor. Craft items, sorry, Shannon. Yeah. What gives you inspiration to make your different paper sets? If only you could see inside my head, you would be very scared. I don't know. All sorts. It could be absolutely anything. The Egyptian one you guys asked for, so that was the inspiration for that one. And then we had a play. I don't know. Because I love paper. That's why it's Paper by Michelle. I mean, that's my absolute love. Paper and paper pads. So I sort of know the kind of things that I want to sort of play with and design with. And I'm very fortunate that you guys are loving everything as well. So, but definitely always keep your ideas coming. In fact, I was going to ask you, I'm thinking about Mother's Day. So here, I've got it written down. So here, in the UK, Mother's Day is the 30th of March, but in the US, it's the 11th of May. So I've been having a bit of a play today with ideas for Mother's Day, but I'd love to know what you guys would like to see as a Mother's Day collection. I'm not the stereotypical, it's not going to be florally and flowery. It will be, maybe, but not on its own, and in obviously the Michelle way. So you read my mind. So the Mother's Day collection that I've been playing about with today, it's very beautiful and it's exquisite, and there's all these cherry blossom trees in the background. And the fact that you've just said the cherry blossom festivals, great minds. That's uncanny. So yes, I haven't ever done them, but that was sort of a bit of an inspiration for the Mother's Day ones that I was thinking about of the cherry blossom. I love cherry blossom. I love that festival that you were talking about. I love a cherry blossom tree. In fact, where we lived in West Yorkshire, I don't know why I'm pointing, where we lived in West Yorkshire, in the summer there was this street that you used to walk down and there was cherry blossom trees all the way down, and it was my favourite thing to do, to just walk up and down. And then when it sort of gets to that time of year and all the cherry blossom is coming off the trees, it's the most beautiful thing. It really is. Trowley's, sorry, creations. Hello, it's Rhonda. I'm gathering. Hello, everyone from the car. Feel free to add goth. So like a goth collection. Definitely. Great memories of the cherry blossoms in Washington. Yeah. I love cherry blossoms, and I just thought it was something a little bit different and for Mother's Day, because it's normally the flowers and stuff, but I thought the design that I'm sort of been thinking of with those cherry blossoms, it's a little bit different, isn't it? And it's still beautiful. I'm glad that you're all liking that idea. So I'm going to quickly, before I show you the papers, I'll show you, this is what I've been working on. So this is my pyramid. So if I turn it all the way around, so what you can see, I've got a lovely drawer on this side. I'm going to do this backwards. I don't know why I let it down, look. So I've got that beautiful drawer, I've got some chocolates in there. So that's on one side. I'm going to set pictures and post these on my pages. I'm going to put something on that side. I'm not quite sure what I want to put on there yet. I've got this on this side, and this opens, and we've got a couple of chocolate bears in there, and it just closes back up. It does if and lift that bottom flap. There we go. So that closes back up. You can see it just opens and closes. And then on this side, this is my favourite bit, because it sort of looks like just a drawer. It's not just a drawer. So what you're going to do is when you pull this out, and pull that out and stand that down, what it is, it's a little album. Now, again, I haven't decorated it yet. I've left it all blank, but it's just a little album in there. And because it's just an album, you get that lovely slope on there that you need to sit it nice and snug in the bottom, and I can adjust it to fit that slope on there. So that's what I've been having a bit of a play about with. And then the top, if anyone was looking at a couple of the sneaky peeks that I put up, so just going to open that up, and then what happens is that's just going to fall open. I've got a couple of sleeping chocolate bears in there, and then it just will tie back up. So that's as far as I've got with that one. But it was so much fun to create. Yes, there will be a tutorial. There will be a tutorial for that coming. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. How about forget-me-nots too? Never thought about forget-me-nots. Got my paper so I can write all your ideas down. It's something a little bit different, isn't it? Forget-me-nots. A lovely flower for those cards no one likes to make. Absolutely. Forget me nots. Absolutely. That's a great idea. Have about 4 more hours in the car to get home from a lovely Thanksgiving with my sister and hubby. I'm really glad you had a lovely time. That's great. I'm amazed at how you come up with all of these designs. She's funny, Gaz said that to me the other day. And it literally, it's an evolution of, so I initially decided that I wanted to create a pyramid. So I cut my base, which for this is an 8x8, and I cut those 4 sides. But before I move on and do anything, I always sit and look and think, what can I do to it? So first and foremost, I knew that I wanted to cut the tops off so I could create a separate compartment. And then I knew that if I'm having a compartment there, how can I work out the compartments on the other sides? And then it's just that evolution, but it's taking the time. I mean, I'm normally really impatient with things, but when I'm doing something like this, I always like to see if I can add something, cut a hole in it. It's very much like your albums. You know, when I say look at your page, and before you go any further, add whatever it is, if it's just one flap, and then think, can I add anything else? So it's just taking that step back. And then I knew that I wanted to add this bit on the front. So that is from one of the 6x6s, and I thought, well, that makes the perfect door, doesn't it? And my mind just goes there, but it's been doing it for a very long time. My mum always said I didn't just think outside of the box, I lived outside of the box. And I think some of the weird things that I create definitely show that. When is a draw not a draw? When Michelle is in construction mode, absolutely, absolutely. I do need a crafting shed. Thank you, Clarice. I know I'm running out of space to put them. Hi, Michelle. Sorry I'm late. Had company. Have I missed much? You haven't, Lynn. Did you see my pyramid? If you didn't, I can give you another quick look. But we're just about to move on to some sneaky peeks and then the papers. Forget me nots would be lovely. Yes, definitely. Oh, you did. You've seen it. I've just see if I'd have read all of your messages first, I'd have known that you saw it. No, I didn't see it. Oh, right. Did you or didn't you? Let me bring it back in for you. I've lost some chocolates, but that's all right. So this is my pyramid. I've undone the top. So what I did was I created that pyramid that sort of, it's an exploding box basically on the top, isn't it? On the front, we've got that lovely box added to add chocolates. So you're going to have to bear with me. On this side, we've got this lovely drawer that opens and we've got chocolates in there. Let me just plug it in. And then have just a little bit of decoration on the front. I haven't gone to town yet. I'm definitely going to decorate it up a lot more because I've got nothing on that side. So definitely need to add something onto that side. And then this side, it was going to be a drawer at the base, but then I thought, actually, what I can do is create a little album. So let me pop that down. So again, I haven't decorated it up. I will do. But I thought with an album, it allows me to get the perfect angle because I can adjust it as I'm putting it in. So you can have a play about with the angle and it fits absolutely perfectly. So that is, I'm in love, take my money. So do you create your papers with graphics? I'm not sure what that means. I create them by telling Ben what I want. And then he does it. So he's the graphic designer. So I know he uses. I've been sat watching him, trying to learn. No. But so Ben does all that for me. So it's a case of I'll tell him what I'm sort of wanting, and he'll go to the computer and he'll sort of be designing it. And I'll be like, no, I don't like that, or I like this, or can you add this? And he builds it up from my inane ramblings and some of my my lovely little pictures that I draw as well. He can make a stick man look like an Egyptian. Just saying. Right, so shall we have a sneaky peek of some things that we've got coming up, and then we'll get on to the actual collections. Thought we'll do a sneak peek at the beginning and a sneak peek at the end, just in case anyone's missed it. But I'll show you this first. So this is actually a picture Ben took. So he's got a telescope. It's called Sea Star, and he actually took that. I don't know what it's called, but that's been a bit of an inspiration for one of his collections that Ben's doing. So this is Paper by Ben. So this is what he's sort of been having a play about with, because obviously he really loves that kind of thing. So that's one of them. And then this is another one. The Orion Nebula was the picture that he took. So those are one of Ben's sort of things that he's been playing with. And another one, I know I've showed a couple of these before. I love those. All the sort of the melting, it reminds me of, well, someone said Doctor Who with the sort of vortexes and things like that. So these are all coming. These will be coming next year. Ben's working on his, in between working on mine for me. But he's still not well, isn't Ben? So everything's taken us sort of twice as long. I mean, I know he had the scare before, but he's got this thing going on with his heart. So everything's slowly at the minute, but he's creating, and I'm a bit disgusted. He's creating some amazing stuff. This is one of my favourites of his. I love it. It's almost like a port. Well, it is. It's like the portal of a ship, isn't it? But made of the rope instead. So he's printed off a few that he's quite happy with. Where is she? This. I love her. Look at her. She's absolutely gorgeous. A little bit scary. You wouldn't want to argue with her, would you? But absolutely gorgeous. To be fair, I think his mind is a little bit bit scarier than mine to think of going into. But the world map behind, and then so these I think are very much for the man in your life. I mean, for anyone, but who better to create a collection for the males or the men than a man? I think he's got them perfect. So those are his. Definitely coming at some point. I'm rubbish at tech. Yeah, absolutely. There's been stuff that he's been teaching me, so like little bits that I can do, not a lot, but yeah, I keep saying to Ben, I'd love to do a proper graphic design course and learn it all properly. But when he gets those thingamabobs up on here and he's doing what he needs to be doing, it's like another language. So I keep thinking maybe I'll just stick to playing with the paper. I've missed some amazing papers. Was getting lunch. There'll be another sneaky peek at the end because I ain't quite finished yet. So my January launch is going to be my Valentine sort of collection, because if I release it in February, by the time that people who get it, especially those of you in the US, you're not going to get it in time to create anything if you wanted to. So I'm going to be releasing it in as my January release. So this is one of them. So this is From Me to You. The name is a work in progress. But this particular collection is just all these single cute images. And then we've got sort of the lights and the darks. So this is from the lights. So it's the muted, so the light muted colour. So you can see that they're sort of muted and not dull, for want a better word for it, but quite light. Whereas this one is going to be the darks. So can you see it's those dark reds compared to and the light ones I just showed you. So that'd be something fun, something a little bit different. And then we're going to have some background papers to go with them. So these are the lights. They're going to go with whichever one you want, but sort of made to go with just the two of us is those ones that I've called them. But can you see it's the stitched effect? I love this. Didn't like that one, did it? Give it a second. I love the stitched effect. I love the stitched hearts. I love the button eyes. I love the raggedy doll effect. I just thought something a little bit different. And then that is the one that goes with the darks. And again, one of the background papers. Got that lovely cracked crackle effect going on. So that is going to be coming in January. Very different. They are very different. Are you doing same-sex paper for the collection? To be honest, I think there is some elements, some pages, some patterns in there where it's not a boy and a girl, or a boy teddy and a girl teddy, but make sure, I'll double check and I'll make sure that there is. But as far as we're just going to click you off so I could check on the computer. There is. I just didn't specify with them being toys. So as they've come out, some are more girl looking, some are more boy looking. But I will make sure absolutely before I release that there is everything. Love the hearts. Michelle, they look like they are made. Characters call it Made with Love. Oh, to be fair, that cartoon, what's it? There used to be a program that I used to watch. What was it called? Was it the Ragdolls? And there was lots of these ragdolls and they were thrown away in the bin because they were all like damaged or something. And that is where I got my inspiration from, because there's one in there and it's called Sad Sack. And that's where I got my inspiration from for that. But I'm going to have a look at that. What is it called? Made with Love. Yeah, great for fussy cutting, absolutely. Almost Velveteen Rabbit could be the name if you put oh, Gaz, were you in mind when asking? Raggy Dolls, yes, Raggy Dolls. I was just about to sing. I won't do it to you. And then finally, February, I'm going to be releasing The Raven and the Writing Desk. And this is it. So you've got those real dark plums, those dark velvety purples going on in there. You've got this lovely old gramophone. Some of them have got old cameras, old telephones, sort of vintage typewriters on them, but they've all got that raven. So I'm going to call it Raven and the Writing Desk. Loved Sad Sack. So this is going to be the patterns collection that is going to go with it. It's sort of a background piece, but we've got that lovely, the flowers that are going through the main collection are going to be going through this as well. And you can see the backgrounds are exactly the same with that sort of peeled wallpaper or that peeling paint effect on there. And then the actual backgrounds is going to be this one. So you can see again a little bit of script on there and sort of matching in perfectly. So that's sneaky peek of a few things that are coming up. Sorry, I nearly married a sad sack. Lee said about how I called him that the better. Don't think we want to know. Very Edgar Allan Poe, yes. So in my living room, I have got two of the most beautiful pictures on my wall, and it's they're very dark like that, and it's a raven, and he's sat on a stack of books, and there is a couple of really dark, sort of purpley plum coloured flowers. I'll take some pictures and I'll show you them. And I says to Ben, I says, I need them in a paper collection. So that is what we've been doing, but obviously I didn't want just a stack of books, so which is why we've added in the old-fashioned telephone and the camera and the video recorder, the film projector, so sort of those things as well. And this is me in a paper pad. I love it so much. Family scrapbook album, yes, absolutely. I love ravens. I do. Let me show you again, because he has just done an amazing job on this. I think you could almost just frame some of these, definitely. I just love it. Love them. You're going to love these ones, definitely. Right. Absolutely love these ones. I feel an album coming on. Hi, Michelle and everyone. I've been watching and eating my tea. Matthew, hello. Love the so-called backgrounds. I think if you're going to pay money for something, it needs to do more than just be perfect for covering up, because that's just boring. So absolutely, you can gut it and mat and layer with it, but I think it needs to be beautiful all on its own. And I think Ben does that very well for me, so I'm very happy. It looks familiar, but I don't know how. I'll take a picture of my pictures that I've got. Where did I get them from? Etsy. Oh, I did. I got them from Etsy in America because they took forever. But that is some artwork, and this has obviously got lots of additions, and it's different. But that was my inspiration for these. So let's get started. Shall we start with the main collection, the actual? Let me just pop them to the side. So we'll start with the main ones, which is the coast of Egypt. So that is the main piece. I think this is the one that I put up earlier. It's just so pretty. Just the front, nothing else. Just the front. So first one, I actually, when I was looking to do these, I researched all the kings and queens and all the different things, so the Eye of Ra and the Ankh and all the symbols and lots of different things. Because as much as I don't think it 100% matters. I think it's sort of an artist's interpretation, isn't it? Anything that you look at. I still wanted to know what I was looking at and what I was talking about. So what you've got going on with these is those smoky blues and those smoky greens. Obviously, you can see that you've got the Eye of Ra, all the queens and everything that I've done are sort of based on, the real kings and queens, sort of things that were important to them. So the lotus flowers, so you're going to see some of those through there. Her with her guards. I'm not sure what they're called. I look. It's fascinating, isn't it? The ancient Egyptians, everything and anything to do with those. But you've got the blues running through. So it was sepia tones with those smoky blues and greys that we've got running through these. Is what I asked for. So again, you've got those beautiful lotus flowers. And she is Queen something. I forgot all the names. But they are all based off real queens. It's fascinating. In fact, I think at some point I absolutely got lost in looking at the kings and queens and the jackals, and then there's this bird, and it's called bird Ra or something really daft. And that is the bird that you will see that sometimes has human arms, it sometimes has human legs along with this bird body. So it's a little bit weird as well. All the stuff that is, to do with Egypt and things, but we've got a lovely king and queen there. Again, you've got hieroglyphs running through all these. The jackal, again, you've got that smoky sort of warm blue running through these. Nefertiti, I think that was the one. Thank you very much. Just saw it there. It absolutely fascinated me. You see, I'm normally one, I'll sit down and I like to read a good horror book, but reading all about Egypt, it's the most fascinating subject, it really is. So again, you've got that sort of smokiness coming through, that sepia, and again, that touch of blue and the touch of sort of green running through. I went to the Tutankhamun exhibit in the O2 Arena. It was stunning. I can imagine. I don't think there is anything like this out these days. These are wonderful. I haven't seen anything because what I will do as well is I will have a look about. I think for one, I want to make sure that I'm not stepping on anyone else's toes by creating something that they've created. So I had a search for Egyptian scrapbooking papers and things like that. Couldn't find any. Could I find any? I don't think I could. So I will definitely make sure and try. You try to, well, you just try to do what you can do, can't you? And I think it's always nice that when you can't find anything or you can only find one or two things, it's nice to do a collection, because it's a bit scary actually, because one, is there none of those collections because no one wants it, or is it because just no one's thought to do it, but like you guys have asked for it? There were so many of you asked, so I thought, well, yeah, let's do one. That comment was supposed to say out there. I might have read it as that. Uh, you've captured it so well. Stargate. I love Stargate. Those eyes, they look like they're staring right at me. I love it. I just absolutely love it. So, which should we do next? So that is the main one. That is just Echoes of Egypt. And then we've got Echoes of Egypt, and this is the temples and tombs. Because I get carried away. It's Ben's fault. He brings me so much amazing stuff. So this is the temples and tombs, and we'll have a quick look through this. But don't forget, so I know I didn't mention at the beginning, but just for commenting, there is a competition. So just for commenting, at the end, the hubby will pick a name and you will win some papers. And there's also a competition for everyone who orders in the next 24 hours has also got the potential to win some extra papers as well. So I know I forgot to mention that, and I think I've got a couple of new names, so I thought I'd best mention it. So temples and tombs, again, you've got that sepia colour, you've got those blues and greens running through it. And obviously you've got all those hieroglyphs on the back. And they're all going to work perfectly together because they're all obviously the same colour palette. So that's a little bit, that one's a bit lighter. So you've got sort of more of the sepia in there. Then this one, you've got a lot more blue running through it, but I love it. I love it. Looks all that cracked effects, really old and aged, which works perfectly for, I think, an ancient Egyptian collection. Well said, Gaz. What did Gaz say? Let me have a look. I think a lot is that no one thinks of it, or they are too scared to in case it flops. I think that's it. But I think as a paper addict, I don't think there's much that I wouldn't want to use done in the right way. And the thing is, it's like you've all said, it's a little bit different. It's not just the flowers. Again, it's not the dragonflies. It's not the same old, same old. And as much as some of those same old are absolutely beautiful, it's also nice to be able to bring something absolutely different. So another one. This is, so on my temple, what is it called? On my pyramid, I used the 6x6 of this on the front. Was it this one or was it the other one? I think it might be the other one. But you could use that one on as well. So on the front of, if you wanted to make on the front of an album, on the front of, if you make a pyramid. I just love these. I love absolutely everything about it. It's fascinating for me as well, because when I say to Ben, I would love this and I would love you to make it aged, like aged stone, like it's been cracked. When I say that to him, I can see it in my head. So when Ben brings it to me and he's got it exactly what I asked for, it's new for me, it's exciting for me, just like it is for you guys. And then love this one. So some are going to be absolutely perfect if you scrapbook, because as scrapbookers, we don't want to cover up those beautiful papers. But on this one and on a couple of them, you've definitely got the ability to do that. Add whatever pictures on top, and you're not You're not worried about covering too much up. I love this one as well. It's just fascinating. I could look at the papers, these papers, or I could look at any paper all day long, to be fair. It's absolutely my downfall and weakness. A good paper pad. So you got the River Nile, isn't it? Before I make a fool of myself. And I remember what those, I don't remember, but I remember looking it up and seeing what those boats are called and totally forgot. But you didn't expect me to remember what everything was called, so that's okay. Reminds me of my time in Egypt. I love them all. Brilliant. Oh, I'm really glad. What have you missed? Oh, do you know we've had Caroline, who was a week early. We've had Anna Marie, she's late. She thought it's the first on Sunday. What have you missed? You've missed a couple of my paper pads and you've missed my pyramid, and you've missed some sneaky peeks. But all the pages, I mean, obviously you can watch back, but they're all going to be uploaded after my live, and I'll show another sneaky peek of the pyramid for you. Now, this is the one that I've used on the pyramid from the 6x6 paper pad. So I put all that section is on sort of the front, and then I cut the head off, and then I re-added it because I thought it didn't look quite right without it. So I re-added it. So that is the one that I've used. And then the last one from this one, again, those smoky greens and blues and the sepia, and just see, I'm getting lost in looking at these, which is why I keep forgetting to tell you about them. Right, so those are the two main collections. You've got the main one, which is Echoes of Egypt, and then that's the Temples and Tombs. I'm going to say Doom. And then I've got two more here, which are more backgroundy. We've got the hieroglyphs, and then I've just got the backgrounds, which I'll show you. You could use crackle paste and mediums on them, absolutely. It's like a time warp with these papers, so lovely. The blue, the blue and that sort of the Greek works perfectly. Definite must have. Thank you, Anna Marie. Framing is a given. Some of them you absolutely can, and I think a good paper pad, when you look at some of them and you think, I'm just going to frame that, because I've had so many in the past. I mean, I love Prima, I love Graphic 45, I love all of those, Frank Garcia, I love all of those. And some of those you don't touch, you just put them to the side and you just either just keep looking at them. I have missed loads. Oh, yeah, you have. I was going to try and make you feel better, but it'll just make it worse. So they are called boats, lol. They are called boats. I think they've got a specific name, but yeah, boats. The boats are. I'm not going to attempt to say that word, but is that what they're called? I know that they've got a name. Oh, you got kicked off. Sorry about that. I need to order these. It's a given. I need to make space though. I think you and Ben should make wallpaper. It's funny. I saw a printer online, because I've obviously got printers now. Like, I'm constantly getting printers coming up, and there's this like huge one, and it's got like this big thing underneath, and you can just put a roll of paper on and just print it off. And I was like, I really need that. It was something like £10,000, but it was fabulous. So yeah, wallpaper. You do need to move, guys, and get a larger place, definitely. I love everything about it. Right, yes. Fussy cutting, lots of fussy cutting, yeah, definitely. So I will show you just the backgrounds, and then we'll do the hieroglyphs. So this is the backgrounds, and again, the fronts are just looking absolutely lush. Right, so let's pop that there. So these are just, I'm saying they're just backgrounds. These are the backgrounds. So what we've got is we've got some lovely sort of gold marbling running through these as well. You've got that aged effect on there still with the greens, and there's blacks, but it's like some really dark browns running through there as well. I think you can see here how it goes to sort of a dark brown. And then so we have, again, another one with some sort of marbling effect running through it. And again, that gold running through, all that cracked effect that you can see up here. I just think they're awesome. This one is like, that is like, that crackle glaze that you can get, that you paint it on, you paint something and then you paint the crackle glaze on and it starts to sort of break up. That reminds me of that. And then we've got some lighter. So, when I was saying earlier, sort of, I've had the light muted colours and then the dark muted colours. That is what I've sort of gone for on these. So some are going to be lighter, but still that muted colour going through. Can you see? And then some are darker, but it's still those greens. Look at this one. I love this one. It's almost like oil, isn't it? Oil and water. But again, you've still got all that crackle going through. So this is more cloudy. I love this one. I think, so again, the colours and the cracked effect and everything, but this is a bit more when, when you swirl your white paintbrush in the water and you get that lovely murky cloudy effect. That is what this reminds me of. Just gorgeous. So you will see a bit of a pattern running through a couple of these. So you can obviously see the circles and stuff, but for the main part, they're just beautiful, sort of marbly or stormy. Just a minute. My light's not playing. Who told me to put it there? There you go. Look at that. It just isn't adjusting quick enough, is it? But that's what I mean by stormy. Look at this one. I absolutely love it, and they work perfectly. These are the backgrounds that I've used on my pyramid. They look absolutely gorgeous. Fantastic backgrounds, and definitely one you can justify covering. Yeah, absolutely. And the good thing about these is they're not just specific to the Egyptian collection. You can use these on so many other things. It's not just, there's nothing on here that says it's Egyptian. So it's a wonderful background, just full stop. You see how this one is more cloudy, but you still got all that crackle effect running through it. I love this one. I love how it looks like it's almost been scratched away. Really smoky. And then last one, lots of that sort of gold marbling effect on there. And because you've got all that on there, if you've got any gilding flakes or anything along those lines, you can highlight it if you want to. I know Gaz won't want to highlight it with the gilding flakes, but you can if you want. Gaz isn't a fan of gilding flakes, bless him. You can use these with all sorts, definitely. I think that one could have a Pegasus flying in through the clouds. Yeah. Because you won't be using gilding flakes, Fibber. I didn't see that discussion, but I knew it would come up. Stunning. Thank you very much. And then finally, we've got the hieroglyphs, because it would not be an Egyptian collection without hieroglyphs. And I know that they're running through all of those, but I thought it'd be nice to will give you more options, but just have sort of the hieroglyphs. So this is the first one. Now that's the bird that I was telling you about. It's called a rah bird. Rah bird, bird rah. It's really weird. It's something very simple like that. But so anyway, that's the one that I was telling you about. So again, just hieroglyphs. These are going to be perfect for fussy cutting or just cutting sections out or anything like that, or just using the full thing as an album cover and then adding extra bits over the top. Let me just put that down a second. My camera needs a second to catch up with the light wise. Metallic markers, yeah, absolutely. There's so many options other than gilding flakes. So there you go. It's really deep green at the bottom and then sort of fades out. And again, the golds and the browns, again, it just looks like old ruins. And again, you've got Eye of Ra on that, you've got the Ankh, you've got that weird bird that I can't remember what it's called. It's really bugging me, can you tell? It's because sometimes I remember something and I'm really impressed with myself that I've remembered. Did someone just say it? It is right, you're right in the eye of it. Yeah. I'm right impressed with myself remembering something. And then when I go to tell someone it's gone and it really frustrates me. So, so another one, lots of fussy cutting options with this if you so wish. And I know these are the nameplates, so these were put on tombs and things like that with their name on it. So just so much fun working on this collection, not just because I enjoyed working on the collection, but the bit of research that I did with regards to it just was amazing. It really was. I love this one as well. I love the real deep crack here. So I will be putting these up. I've got them all ready. I took all the pictures today. I've edited all the pictures down, and so they're ready to go up instead of me saying to you. So I'll put the pictures up afterwards, and then remembering that I've got to take the pictures first before I can put them up. I'm organised today. It doesn't last though. It doesn't last. So again, another one. I learned the names of everything. I forgot the names of everything. If I'd remembered the names of everything, you would be well shocked though. You would be so shocked. Be like, that's not like Michelle. And it's not. I love this one. I love it. It's just, they're so. I look at them and I have a million ideas that run through my head of things that I want to do. And I think when you look at a paper pad and you get ideas, I think that's when you know it's a good one. And again, Ben is just awesome. So the greens in this are a lot darker than in the main collections, but that's deliberate because if you want to matte and layer, it's nice to have that darker colour. Even if it's a green on green, it's nice to have that darker one underneath, so it pops more. Or obviously, if you want to pop it on there on its own. Has Ben made rude work? It would not surprise me. I do not want to try and translate some of the stuff on here because you just never know. You leave a man to do something, it could be anything, couldn't it, really? But I'm hoping all the nameplates say my wonderful wife and things like that. And then this is the last one. And again, it's almost like someone's taken a hammer to it, isn't it? But that's how it is. They're going to be aged and sort of chipped and broken and everything. It just felt natural and right to do that collection in that way. So I've seen lots of lovely comments coming up. Lots of laughing faces. So I've definitely missed something. I do go back. I'll go back and read everything that you've popped on. Okay, Michelle, are you taking my money today then? Yeah, absolutely. Happy to do that. Thank you. I wish I had yours and Ben's creative minds. It's a blessing and a curse, can I just say? Definitely for me, because I'll have an idea. I can be sat watching the telly or an advert, and something random will pop up. It could be something someone says. It could be something they're wearing. It could be the Andrex puppy. And I get inspired, and I have to then pause the telly. I have to jump up and I have to go write down this idea that's popped into my head. So sometimes I feel like I don't get a minute, but it's worth it, I think. I don't even want to know what's going on in Ben's head, because I think you all know he has bipolar disorder. I mean, he manages it well. You know, he's medicated, and you know, he's fine and everything like that. But his mind definitely works in a strange way. It really does. So yeah, two very busy minds make this. Right, yeah, Michelle definitely needs to take my money, thank you. I've got about 20 little Egyptian ornaments. Oh wow. Do you take notes like me? I absolutely do, Lynn. I have to write things down because I forget things. I mean, I've got a little post-it note here that I wrote just before we went live. It says strawberries and cream, because I've got some. They're down here. I've got some little strawberries, little resin strawberries, and I've got a collection. It's a real old one. I think it's a Prima one, and that's all strawberries and stuff. And I thought to myself, something like that would be perfect for next summer. Obviously, nothing like that, but my version of strawberries and cream and tennis, and you know, the summer months and things like that. So there's post-it notes and everything everywhere. You're blessed to have each other. I think so. I think we're the only two people that could cope with each other. I think that's how it is. I think you have to find that special person who puts up with everything. And I think we've definitely found that with each other. Ben certainly has a lot going on. Love to you both. He does. He does, bless him. My daughter's by accident bipolar disorder. Everything she smashes up or people she hits, she does by accident, apparently. Yes. Yeah. No. I get that. Mediterranean. Yes. Did someone comment that last time? Because I've got it wrote down in my book. Someone said a Mediterranean one. Someone said something about pina coladas and sat by the sea and stuff. So that is definitely on my list somewhere. Your kids must be so proud of you both, such talented parents. Do you know, they're all really talented. So Joseph is the most amazing photographer. He takes the most amazing photos. So that's my eldest. And he plays the guitar, he's in a band, and he writes music and he edits all their videos. He is off the scale, clever, definitely. And then Oliver, he's down doing film production at uni. So he is he's clever. He's like, I've told you before, haven't I? He'll come in, well, he doesn't anymore, but he'll come into the room and he'll say something and I'll be nodding away. And then when he leaves, I'll like Google what it is he's just said, you know, like he's used a word or something, because he's very clever and brilliant at the film production. He's yeah, is amazing. And then Tommy, she plays the guitar and the drums and the bass, and she writes her own music. And there's a school concert, the winter concert, and they've asked her to sing one of her songs. So all the band are learning it. So she's going to be backed up by a drummer and another guitarist, and all the other instruments. And she's going to be singing in public, on stage, her own song. So I'm so uber proud of her. Yeah. So we're going to go see it, and she doesn't normally let us go see it, but she's letting us come and see it this time. So I'm very, very proud of them as well. Definitely. Yeah. I don't think Tommy's at the age yet where she's proud of me. She's still in the 16-year-old angsty teenager. Don't talk to me. You're embarrassing. In public, but yet here she sits on my knee. She has a cute little voice. She's going to kill me if she's watching it. She's wonderful. She really is. As guys would say, my little crotch goblins. Or is that Caroline? Or is it you both? A very talented family. I think because we've just allowed them to discover and play and just find what they've loved, and with no restrictions, and I think that they have done. I used to stop slating CC. All their papers are gorgeous if you love flat flowers, because they are on everything. She's at the door. She heard me talking about. I'm sorry, it's true. Do you know what? No, I'm not slating. The thing is, they found obviously what works for them, and I do know that I had some conversations with people up there before I left, and I think it's a case of, like someone said in the chat, wanting to try something new but being scared in case it flops. And when you're a huge company like that, you're going to have to buy it on a huger scale than what I have to do it. So if something flops, it's a lot more money lost for them than it is for me. So I get that they stick to what works and what sells. I think they're definitely going to try different things. I think what was the collection that they released with all the leopard print papers and things like that? They really stepped out of sort of their comfort zone with that, and it didn't do as well as they had hoped. It didn't do half as well as they had hoped. So many people loved it, but it didn't do. In fact, I did a show on Hobby Maker with that collection. What was it called? Wild at Heart. Yes, that's it. I did a show on Hobby Maker with that, and they stopped my show halfway through and went to the adverts and brung the next person on half an hour earlier, because they didn't make one penny, because no one was buying it, no one liked it. So it's more scary for them to try something new than it is for me. But you have to. You don't know unless you try. So, or was it in the chat? It's just, again, they were amazing to me, obviously before the end, and I loved everything that they did, and I could play with their stuff till the heart was content. But I think everyone knows that they're struggling as a business at the minute, so I don't think that you're going to find them stepping out of their little comfort zone for a little while. But if it works and earns them the money, I don't know. It's a business thing at the end of the day, isn't it? Can you see I'm trying to be really politically correct about it all? Butterflies. Not you, Michelle, it was me slating. Now, Gaz, you causing trouble then, is it? I have the magazine with the papers, didn't care for it. I loved it, and I played with it, and I created some stuff, and then I put it to the side, and I never went back to it because it was a one and done for me. I had a play, wasn't for me, and I was sort of done. I am being diplomatic. Right, so I think I've shown you everything, haven't I? Oh, who missed the pyramid? Shall we do the pyramid again? So let me bring these up. I could do with standing it on something so you can sort of see what I'm doing. So I've just going to pop these back through so we can do the little opening or the reveal or whatever. So all I've done on here at the top is I've used my crocodile, and then I've just got some thread. It's just some gold thread that I've used. Get it through. There we go. So I'll not fully tie it because so I've just some gold thread, and then I created two of these. One is a little bit bigger than the other, and then I sat them on the top. So this one way is my pyramid. So I cut the top off, and then so I could have that exploding box on there. On the side, I was saying that's one of the pieces that I use. So we've got that lovely door that opens up. I've got some chocolates in there. So this is what I was saying. I cut the head off because I was worried about when this opened that it would squash it. But all I've done is I've just bent it back a little bit, and then when that opens now, it doesn't squash his little doodah thing on his head. No idea what it is. Just a little handle on there. And then if I turn this one round, we've got this lovely pocket. Is it pocket? Drawer. Just use some corners, some metal corners in just a bit of a different way. I got these off Amazon. They're actual handles for drawers, but I thought they work perfectly for this. And then I've got some chocolates in there because it would be rude not to put chocolates in a drawer. Oh, actually, if I pull this back out, you can see, obviously, this is angled. And all you do, it's very simple to create your drawer angled, which I'll obviously show you. And then that side, definitely need to add something else because it's blank. Let me just pop this in so I can take it back out for you. And then, so on this other side, so this was going to be a drawer as well, just a drawer that I was going to pull out, but I thought actually it would be nice to have, well, I was going to put an album in the drawer, and then I actually thought to myself, it would actually be nice to make it just as an album that I can take in and out. And the fact that I can sort of have a bit of a play about. I'm trying to do it really carefully. A play about because when you pull it out, I put this down. Because it is an album, it means that when it goes in, you can slope that exactly how it needs to be to match the angle of the pyramid. So that is the pyramid. It did take me ages to make. If I do it again, because I know all my dimensions and I know where I'm going with it, it obviously wouldn't, but it did take a while, hence it not being quite finished. Got to scoop now, as my son is here. See you later. Thank you for joining, Caroline. See you later. Bye, chimp. You are the genius of 3D projects. Thank you. It did take me ages to make, but it's just, this is my mind. I don't know why I'm pointing that way. It's there, isn't it? This is my mindfulness. I absolutely love it. I get lost in it. I don't bother putting chocolate in drawers because it never lasts long enough. Funny you should say that. I asked, Ben went shopping yesterday and I said, straighten that up. I said, can you buy me a chocolate orange for the top? And he said, it won't fit. I said, no, but if I take it out, it will fit in there. It didn't. So I just ate it. He did say to me, is that the only reason you asked me for it because you knew it wouldn't fit? And I'm like, no, I did think it were going to fit, but it didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't tell it and let thank you. The album is a brilliant addition. Yeah, I just thought it was something a little bit different. One wow of a project. Thank you very much. You bought some chocolates last Christmas and you still have them. Diane, that's crazy. That would never happen in this house. Definitely not. Wish my hands could work like my ideas do. But yeah, will the chocolate still be all right after a year? I feel like someone needs to go rescue the chocolate and eat it. It feels like it should be one of those, the sad Christmas adverts, where I don't know, it's normally a puppy or a little child. This needs to be the chocolate that needs to be rescued. Right, so have we? Oh no, the box. So there is a craft kit with this one. Half of the stuff haven't arrived, hence why I'm obviously not showing you half of the stuff. I've taken pictures though. So your craft kit, you were going to get a 12 by 12 and a 6 by 6 of your choice. You can pick whichever ones that you want to go in there. But what you're also going to get that hasn't turned up, let me see, can you see that? You can. So this is faux leather. So you're going to get some faux leather and it's going to be enough that you can use it to just it up if you want. But I thought the pattern on it was beautiful and you can use it to create an album cover or a box. There we go. So you're going to get some faux leather, sort of a strip of that in there. And you're going to get some ribbon. Now, this is the ribbon you're going to get. There you go. I don't know why I can't hold things up straight. So this is the ribbon that you're going to get. You're going to get a metre of this. Now, can you remember that red ribbon that I've got on here? So it's this ribbon, but it's in a lovely green, which is going to work perfectly with this collection. So you're going to get that in there. And you're going to get a pack of these. So they are beautiful corners. That you can use. Now, these aren't metal ones, these are the stickers. But can you see all they're just beautiful. So you're going to get a pack of those in there as well. You are also going to get, so I'm going to bring this in. So this is called cicada paper. And you are going to get 10 sheets of this. So it is this. I haven't cut any of it up yet. I haven't packed any of my boxes up yet because I'm still waiting for some stuff to come. But if I take one piece off and hold it up. So it's called cicada paper because it's as thin as a cicada or a dragonfly wing, apparently. The Chinese apparently use it for their, whatever their language, when they're writing. So it's really, really thin, you can see. But it's absolutely beautiful. And again, I thought it works absolutely perfect with this collection. So if you are making albums or boxes or anything like this, this is going to be absolutely perfect to go with it. It's just wonderful stuff. So you're going to get 10, I'm going to call them slices again. I will check and let you know, is that the chocolate? So you're going to get 10 pieces of that. And you could see they're quite large pieces that you're going to be getting. So you can have a lovely play with those. And then you're going to get a bag of these charms when I can open it up. And so can you see? It is that lotus flower and it's on a little lobster clasp. So you're going to, I think there's 10 in each. You're going to get 10 of those. And then, oh, excuse me. Finally, let me get a piece of black card. You are going to get this stencil. Oh dear, I've got a tickle. So this is a large stencil. So this is a Stamperia stencil. I was looking for stencils and obviously I was just looking for bits and I saw this and I just thought it's absolutely gorgeous. So with this kit, you're not going to get as many different things, but the things that you are getting in there were more expensive to put in there. But I wanted to put things in that just went with the collection. I didn't just want to put random bits of ribbon in or random bits of charms and things. I wanted stuff to work. And then when I saw this, I thought this is just perfect. So you're going to also get that in there as well. I love this. I just love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So along with, if you want to get that stencil and you want to ink through it or, ink through it onto this cicada paper, that's going to look stunning. And if you are creating an album, if you're creating an album and you want to have this, so you know when you create an album with photos in and you have like tissue over the photos, you could have that on there, but stenciling through with this going to look stunning. It is a big stencil. In fact, let me measure it. It is, and you know it's going to be a real good one because it's obviously stamp area. So it is 9.5 inches by 8. So yeah, absolutely huge, but absolutely perfect for this collection. Waiting for my advent order, says December the 2nd. But it is a 12 days of Christmas advent. So would you start a 12 days of Christmas advent on the 1st, or would you start it on the 12th so it ends on the 24th? Or would you start it on the 1st and it's going to end? I don't know. Says December the 2nd. That's hopefully, well, that's Monday, isn't it? Hopefully it'll be there before then. But if you don't get it well the 2nd, at least you've got 2 days to open at once. How delicate is the paper? Right, it's quite tough, but not. It's you can handle it. You can handle it. You can play with it. You can do stuff with it and not have to worry. But I think it's sort of almost see-through. But if you go on to if you Google cicada paper and have a look, it's it's made in a special way and everything like that. So it's not just a bit of tissue paper that I've got here. It's a bit tougher than tissue paper, but the Chinese use it to write on, and it's beautiful. So again, I wanted to put something a little bit different in into your craft kit. So are the special papers day one? Want to open but holding off. Cannot remember because there's 3 6x6 pads that you've got in there, and I think I've put, I don't know, I cannot remember. I can't believe you haven't opened it though. I'd have opened mine by now. I'm waiting for mine to come as well, but I don't know the delivery date. When I've come off here, I'll check your delivery dates for you, and I'll send you the tracking number. By the way, chocks are still okay. Oh, that way I won't get tempted to open early. Well, at least that's it. Yes, definitely. But you've got to let me know when you open your special papers. You've got to let me know what you think, because I had so much fun. I've got to say thank you for sending your photos in and just giving me free rein to obviously have a play with your photos. I had so much fun. I really did. So thank you for that. Diane, get the meeting. Absolutely. What chocolates are there though? Are the ones that you can take or leave, or are the ones that you love and you've still managed to wait a year without eating them? I would open it when I get it. That's me. There's no way I'd be able to wait at all. Right, so I know we did a sneaky peek at the beginning And I know a few of you came in late, so we'll do another quick look at some upcoming papers. And then I'll pick someone's name. Well, I don't, Ben does it. Pick someone's name to just for commenting. So you're going to win some papers. And then everyone who orders within 24 hours, and I normally leave it open for the weekend, you will get entered as well into another draw to win some extra papers. Yes, so the advent calendar post that I put up, I think I put it up about September time, because what I did was I personalised the papers, so people sent me their photos and I had to play about with them. And I've created obviously something different with them. And then so I needed to get everyone's orders in, and because I could only do so many as well, time wise. But again, I'm going to be doing it again next year, fingers crossed. So yes, so it was quite early on because it was a personalised one. I had to do it early to make sure that they got made and out in time. You're forgiven. Right. I mean, I did. You're all as bad as me. I did put quite a few posts up over a good couple of weeks with regards to the advent calendar. But yeah, if you're still buying and I'm still here, I'll be doing it again next year. So should we have another quick sneaky peek of some upcoming papers? And then I'll let you all get off. I'll let you all get off and place your orders. So I'll show you some of Ben's first again. So this was the picture that he took on his sea star. So he's got a telescope. And this is the nebula. He only told me an hour ago. There is an A4 size, so sort of. I don't know if you heard that. The Orion Nebula. I said Orion. My collections come in a 12 by 12. They do come in an A4. Just grab one for you. But the A4 looks like this. So it's got an 8 by 8 on it, and it's got two 3 by 4 toppers on it. So that is the A4. So 12 by 12, the A4, and the 6 by 6 is the sizes that they come in. Yeah, Orion Nebula. So this is the picture I took, which is stunning. And then these are sort of an inspiration from that. So that is one of the papers. And they're at the bottom, sorry. This is one of the others. So these are obviously the ones that he made, but that first one, he actually took that picture. Am I upside down? So that's going to be coming up next year. And then he's been having a good old play with, I don't know, a man's collection. But you've got that beautiful world map. It's very oldie worldy, isn't it? But then you've got those elements with the mermaids in, and she's a siren because she's, what is it called? It's got a name, hasn't it? That thing that she blows to put all the sailors under a spell. You wouldn't think I'd been speaking English for like 44 years. You would never know, would you? It's the perimenopause. I'm blaming everything on that at the minute. So again, a bit fantastical, with the elements that are running through there. I think it is definitely I mean, it's a beautiful collection. I mean, there's a couple in here, but look at her. I know I just said that earlier, but I think she's just fabulous. Um, and then he's got, where are they? He's got a couple here. Again, I've shown you a few others that he's had sort of designed in the past. But I love this. Very Salvador Dali, isn't it? Which is like one of my most favourite artists. I love it. And then my collection that I've got coming out in January in time for Valentine's Day. Let's get those main ones first. So we've got just two of us. This is the darks. So you've got those dark muted colours. And then you've got the light muted colours. I think they're just adorable. And then we've got From Me to You. So 3 sort of different collections. Because not everyone wants a couple on there, do they? So cute. And then the backgrounds to go with them. So you've got that stitched effect still on all of these. So this is the darks. But again, the backgrounds are generic enough that you can use them with other stuff and not just for Valentine's Day. And then that's the lights. And then my collection that we've got coming out after that is the Raven and the Writing Desk. And the inspiration is from those pictures that I've got in my living room with that raven, and he's on a stack of books. And obviously we've taken it that step further to create this. So that's the main collection. This is the patterns pad, for want of a better phrase or word. You've got the beautiful flowers running through that match perfectly. And then this is the background pieces. So you've got the hints of gold in there as well, running through. So that is what we've got coming up. I've got other stuff, lots of other stuff that we're working on. The red and black one by itself, I would frame. Yeah, I think they're just, yeah. Is it really wrong to really love my own paper pads? I'd buy these. Lots of the clocks are fabulous. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Dali is one of my all-time favourite artists, and there's another artist who does similar stuff like that, and it's called Mark something. I know that means nothing to you, but he creates these characters, these girls, and they've got huge eyes and they're beautiful. And one of them, one of my favourite pieces, again, I can't remember what it's called, she's wearing a fresh meat skirt. I know that's a bit gross. I mean, there's not like blood dripping everywhere and everything like that, but they're very out there. They're very different, but she's so beautiful. And then you look down and she's like wearing almost like stakes as a skirt and stuff like that. It's very different, and I love it. That's definitely my favourite style of art. Definitely, definitely in Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah. Yeah, I love dark and I love edgy, and I try not to bring it into every single collection that I'm doing, because I'm very much for the goth and the black and the a little bit different, the Edgar Allan Poe, because I love the horror, and I love, so you can see with these, I love the dark plums and that velvet purple, and there's something just a little bit different. It's very, very up my alley. Any more thoughts on your weekend retreat? Not yet. I definitely want to do a full weekend retreat. I don't think I'll be doing it at the Norfolk bound where I held my day one, because the rooms there are really expensive. So I'm wanting to look into finding a lovely hotel or a lovely place where people can book a room, hopefully at a discount because I'm going to have a weekend retreat. But my aim is, yeah, it's going to be a weekend retreat. So you're going to have some workshops with me. You're going to have some workshops with some other people. So it's not just going to be, you're not going to listen to me for 2 days. So you'll arrive probably Friday night, have a meal. Saturday, there'll be lots of different salons or what you can do. Obviously there'll be dinner, there'll be the nighttime. I mean, I know so many people who I can get to come and do some classes, local people. I might even rope Debbie Robinson in and tell her that she's got to come down and do one. So it would be lovely. It's definitely something that I'm actively working on. I'm hoping my family donate to my craft fund for Christmas so I can buy these stunning papers. Yes, that's it. It's the perfect time, isn't it? To buy them for someone, especially with the craft kit. So the craft kit, as soon as the rest of the bits come, I will put the pictures up. I haven't bought as many of Mike Ryden. Is it Mark Ryden though? And yes, that's exactly who I mean. Sorry, because the comments are in front of me now, I keep getting really distracted. I'm pretty sure it's Mark Ryden, I think. But yes, like Lady Gaga's meat dress, very much so. His artwork is stunning. I really love it. It's very different. Steve Brown's artwork, yeah, fabulous. So yes, it would be amazing to have that weekend retreat. So yeah, definitely actively working on that, but I need to find somewhere cost effective but still fabulous. So yes, definitely get Jan. I will, don't you worry. I'm pulling in favours from everyone. It would be amazing. It would be amazing to have Jan down, definitely. If Debbie Robinson could, she definitely would. So yeah, so I've got lots of people that I can call in a favour. I might even try and con Jamie Rogers in to coming up and doing a little class. Jamie Rogers is amazing. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met, and he would do anything for anyone. So, and he's not far away from me either. So that's and he's uber talented. Who wouldn't want a class with Jamie or Jan or Debbie? Definitely. So it's definitely something that I would love to definitely do. Right. Done all my sneaky peeks. I've shown you all the bits from the craft box. I know that there's some more coming. Shown you my project. Did I ask you about Mother's Day? Let me know if there's any. Oh, yeah, we did, because we talked about the cherry blossom, didn't we? And those flowers, the forget-me-nots. So yeah, so absolutely. Right, so just for commenting, I'm going to write it down because Ben's told me. Let me find my piece of paper. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. So just for commenting, through the cup of tea there, and it's gone cold. I didn't even. Never mind. Do you see how see, this is perimenopause apparently. I forget something instantly because I get distracted by something else. So for commenting, the person who is going to win a set of papers, so a 12 by 12, an A4 and a 6 by 6, so you can pick whichever ones you want, is Louisa Fields. So I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. Louisa Fields winner. So Louisa Fields, you are our winner. So if you're still on, Emma, have you just joined? Nice to see you. Um, honest. It's just too hard. You get to a certain age and everything's just too hard. How about Corinne? Yes, absolutely. Corinne absolutely would love to do something like that. Yeah, I've already spoke to him and said if and when I can con them into doing something, talk them into it. I don't think there'd be too much talking into it, would there? Um, so yes, absolutely. I can't believe I forgot poor Corinne. Don't tell her. um, it's not Iowa, Central Iowa, US. It isn't exactly a crafting mecca. Someone did ask me the other day about Zoom. I'm definitely going to get those up and running, but because of sort of stuff that's been going on, especially with Ben and him not being in the best of health at the minute, everything's taking twice as long to do because he can't. Um, he's old now. I think it's just because he's old. But I think you might need a week to cover everything. I think so, like a full week retreat in the middle of summer, because we're in Norfolk. So we're like near some of the most amazing beaches and seaside towns, and it is the most beautiful place. So I think so. A week in Norfolk with Michelle and friends. um, so Zoom's definitely something that I'm still working on and is still going to come. Obviously, it's just going to take a little bit longer to get them all up and running than I first originally thought. But it's nearly Christmas. It's 2 days and it's December, so um, I'm sure he does it just for sympathy. Our Ben, hopefully he will get feeling better. So he's back at the doctor's next week. He's got his own chair in the waiting room and everything. He's watching. He's going to kill me. But yes, I'm touching wood all the time that I'm talking about him. It's nearly your birthday, Lynn. When is it your birthday? He's special. He is special. Bless him. Michelle, you're awesome. Growing older is fun. Thank you. Do you know what it is? And I always say that, especially losing my mum about 7 years ago. I lost two of my cousins as well when I was younger. I think I think she was about 13 when she passed, and her brother Darren, I think he was 16 or 17. So he was the same age as me. So being that age and losing cousins at such a young age, it makes me, every time I get a birthday, I'm quite happy to have survived another year, and I'm another year older. I view it that way rather than, lots of people get to 40 and like, oh my god, I'm 40, and I was like, oh my god, I'm 40. So I definitely view it differently. So growing older is awesome. My knees don't agree, but it definitely is fun. Louisa, you did miss something. You've won. Just for commenting, you have won your pick of a 12 by 12, an A4 and a 6 by 6 pad. So pop me a message afterwards and we'll sort that prize out for you. Life is rough and sucks sometimes. It does. It sucks sometimes, but it's also, treasure it. So you just have to get on and do the best and just try and be fabulous while doing it. um, so I'm all done. I've shared everything. If you want to order anything, just go over and pop me a message and then we can sort your order out and everything like that. As soon as the extra bits come in, I'll pop a picture up of the craft kit. There's not as many this time. And I know, again, there's not as many elements, but the elements were more expensive that are in there because they just worked perfectly. this has been an emotional chat. We need to be grateful despite all the aches and pains. Yeah, absolutely. I'm 75, just glad to wake up each day. Exactly. Exactly. Have a great weekend. When is the next show? I'm not too sure. I definitely want to do a live either next week or the week after, and get something done. Just do another live and a bit of a craft along and do something before Christmas. Do you pre-order the box kit? Yeah. Pop me a message if you want the box kit, and it should. Touching wood again, the bits should be here Monday. That's what my delivery thing is saying. So as soon as they're coming Monday, I'll pack them up and get them posted out. So you can still order it, just waiting for it, the rest of the bits. And you can still order everything else as well. Can we still order at other times? Yes. So this is the same as all of my collections. This Egyptian one that I've released today isn't going anywhere. I print lots out to start with, and then I print to order. So if in a week's time you want to order some more, you can do. If next January, June, July, you want to order some of these, you can, because it's not going anywhere. So you don't need to worry about using your papers because you've used them up. You can always come back and order more. So not going anywhere. Absolutely. So my first collection ever, the what was it called? The summer vintage Victorian Summer's Garden. Knew I'd get there. You can still order that because I print to order. So everything that I've ever done is still there, definitely. Wow, fabulous. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube at the minute. For once, mine, so I'm touching wood again, mine has been smooth sailing, so that's good. As always, like, share, invite your friends to join our group. Let's get it growing and all that kind of thing. And again, small businesses, especially at Christmas. If you want to order, if you do order, that's amazing. Great help. It's wonderful. Small businesses really, really do appreciate it. If you can, or anything like that, all those other things, the liking and the sharing and just commenting, just by you commenting on if you see any of my posts, it does something with that stupid algorithm, and it just means that more people are going to get to see me. So all that kind of stuff is just a huge, huge help. And greatly appreciated. Anyone new, just order her papers even more pretty in person. Oh, Linda, thank you. Oh, and that is another thing that I was going to say as well. If you go to my main page, I think you can leave a review. So if any of you have ordered papers and are loving them or anything like that, again, if you leave a review on my page, it then means that my page gets seen more and is out there and all that kind of stuff. Who would have thought it'd be so hard? For some reason, Facebook apparently are all about the smaller businesses, but yet they're not. So having to get people to do all these kind of things, and it's just every little helps, as they say. Right, I am going to let you all go. How many times have I said it? Thank you all so much for joining. Pop over and give me your orders and we'll get all that sorted out. Can you add your collections to Pinterest, as I don't do Facebook? Yes, I can. Let me write that down, because I do have a Pinterest, and I think I was saying the last time, I go through fits and starts. I'll update it and put loads on there, and then I forget. So I'll go do that. I'll get that done over the weekend. Absolutely. I can never find your main page. See, Facebook, it's hiding it. Under this video, the little blurb thing underneath this video, there is the link to my main page. If you click on that, Michelle McCarthy Crafts, it will take you over to my page, and then do the like and follow thing. So yes, take care, Michelle, off to order. Thank you very much. So thank you, everyone. If I've missed a question, message me. If you haven't got Facebook and I've missed a question, pop it on again, because you can comment afterwards. So pop it on and I'll make sure that I go through and hopefully see everyone's messages. But right, go on, go order. And I'll speak to you all over there. But you can email me as well. That's what I was going to say. My email is on the little blurby thing underneath here as well. So if you haven't got Facebook, you can obviously email me as well. Thank you, everyone. Toodle Pip Lynn. Appreciate you all. Thankful for you all. Love you all. And I will get another live up very soon. Thank you.